Come on in, Giggle Squad. Happy New Year's. I told you I'm going to get focused for 2025. Why? Because we want to stay alive, y'all. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notification. Give the videos a thumbs up. And also comment with me. Engage with me down in the comments because you know I like to chitty chat back with you. You guys, I hope you had an amazing new year. It is January the 6th. I hope you guys have some goals, some aspirations that you have written down, some things you want to conquer. Leave everything for 2024 in the past and let's move forward in 2025. I wrote down some goals, you guys, just for the first quarter. I'm not going to try to think too far ahead. Let me take this thing quarter by quarter, honey, and maybe I'll get better results. So you guys, let's start the New Year's off with some tea, honey. Oh, this is some good stuff, you guys. Okay. So here we go. So remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but if you don't, go to like my Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook page. I started doing comedy back in 2020, and I was doing customer service skits, and I worked for a credit company, and I was a collector for a company that I was calling online. I was calling it Cheers Loan Service because I didn't want to say the name of the company. And so when I was working for the company, our job was, what the company did was, it was a loan company. And you could get a loan if you want to go like to Home Depot or Lowe's, or if you wanted to get your boobs done, you want to get a BBL, if you want to get veneers, you could take out a line of credit to get those things done. If you wanted plastic surgery, you could take out a line of credit. So these were one of the loan companies that the big corporations will work with for those that wanted to have a procedure done or do some building on their homes. And so, excuse me. And so I worked for them for about a good year or some change or so. And so my job was to call customers, those that fell behind on the bill, give them a friendly reminder, take payments over the phone, all that thing, the 9 yards. But I remember working for the company, and I had two particular people. I don't know what those people's name was, but it was two cases, I'll say, two clients, that it was weird. And I sent the information to my supervisor and never got the answer, but it never got the answer that I thought I was going to get, or there was an investigation or nothing like that behind what I presented to them. So I put these people's information to the side, you know, because I was like, and I would go into their account periodically and check to see if somebody from upper management or whatever had made a decision on it or even changed it. So this was the situation. Okay, so there's one particular guy, I called him, and I was calling to collect a payment from him. He had a loan with Cheers Loan Service. Well, the company was called Greensky, you guys, and it had been all on the news. So the company was called Greensky, and so I called him to collect a payment because he hadn't made a payment with the company. Now, this was during COVID, so we were offering those that were having financial issues. We were offering them like, deferred payments for 90 days and stuff like that. Because you remember COVID, people were losing their jobs. It was just awful during COVID. And so he had this loan for 2 years. And I would look in his payment history, and this man never made a payment. Now, who's not making a payment within 2 years on a loan? Either one, you're going to jack your credit up. Two, they're going to send it to a collection agency. But this man never made a freaking payment on a $75,000 loan that he got from Home Depot. So I called him to collect a payment, and this man was just beyond exasperated. He was upset I was calling. I've been going through this BS for 2 years with you guys. What don't y'all get? Da-da-da-da-da. And I said, okay, sir, this is the first time I'm ever calling you. I see notes saying that you were, kind of irate. They didn't get a payment from you. Can you just explain your situation to me? Explain your situation to me. I hear your frustration. You're mad about something. Basically, talk to me. So this gentleman said, now, mind you, let me say this. In order to get a loan from them, baby, you had to have A1 credit. You had to have nothing less than, I think, a 650 and above. Nothing less than that, you weren't even going to get considered. And so this guy begins to tell me, he said, I was going to build a deck on my house. And I went to Home Depot to look at some lumber and all that different stuff that it was going to take to build this deck. He said, and I kept thinking, I don't have all of that money right now. And Home Depot said that we have, you can get credit with Home Depot. So I guess Home Depot is the credit app that you fill out, but they go through Greensky and other credit loan companies. And this loan company, Greensky, will give the loan to Home Depot, which gives a loan to you. But when you make your payment, you don't make your payment to Home Depot, you make your payment to Greensky, if that makes sense. Okay. So he goes up there to the counter with the service guy that was helping him. And he gets a line of credit. The line of credit was $75,000. Okay. So he says, I'm not going to use it today. You know how they give you the receipt saying what your thing is, how much you got that you can use. I'm not going to get it today. Didn't bring my truck with me. I'm going to come back. So he waited maybe like a week or two, and that's when everything with COVID started happening, and he said, hey, this may not be a good deal to take out a $75,000 loan, and all this COVID stuff is going on. I don't know, maybe it hit his house, maybe it hit his wife's, it affected his wife, but he decided not to do it, okay? But he still got this line of credit, ain't never been used. They were trying to collect payment for a $75,000 loan that he never utilized at all. He never used it. So he goes back to the store to say, hey, who the heck is Greensky that's calling me? They said, oh, that's the company, the loan company that we work with to issue your loan. You took out a loan for $75,000. He said, no, I got a line of credit for $75,000, but I never purchased anything. You look in your system, you're not going to see my name. You're not going to see nothing that I purchased from you. Why are they calling me? So this man has been going in a circle for 2 years with them, because they said, you owe us $75,000. And he said, I got a line of credit for $75,000, but I don't owe you nothing. So they told him, call Greensky and tell them that you never, used the loan and to close it. And they never would close it. They kept trying to collect payment. That was the first person, you guys. So the next person that I had, this gentleman went to Home Depot. He took out the loan and he used it. So they would give you a line of credit. Say his was $32,000. But he only used like 20,000 of it. But his loan amount that they were getting him to pay back was the entire full line of credit, $32,000. And so this man had been paying on his loan. It was some years he had paid on his loan. So by the time I called him, he said, I did get behind, this month with COVID and all of that different stuff. He said, but I'm just thinking in my mind, my APR wasn't that much for this loan. He said, but I just don't understand why this loan is not paid off yet. He said, I've even put money down when my bill wasn't due. Why haven't this been paid off yet? Can you check to see what the balance is? And he was like, and can you tell me what was the total amount? He said, because I got all my receipts for what I purchased, and it's running about $20,000 plus, maybe $21,000. He said, but I've been paying on this for an awful long time, and this thing just won't go down. And I think I'm finished with this loan. I looked in the system, baby. I said, your loan was for $32,000. He said, no, my line of credit was for $32,000, but I didn't use everything. I said, sir, I'm looking at it in the computer, and it says that your loan, you used $32,000. Y'all, if you took out a line of credit with them, regardless if you used the entire loan, they were making you pay back the full amount of the loan, not what you actually used of the loan. And so this man said, no. So I, heavily notated the account. I reached out to my supervisor to give him the information that I had on the two separate people. And I don't know, I didn't think I had both of them in the same day, but it was two separate occasions that I reached out to my supervisor. And I said, this don't look right. I said, this man said da. And he was like, yeah, people just say stuff like that. They'll tell you anything to get you off the phone. Get you off the phone. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. I said, but this man said that he has his receipts and he can send them over to us of how much stuff he actually used. He used $20,000, but the loan was for $32,000. It don't matter what your line of credit is. I don't have to pay back the whole line of credit if I didn't use it. And my boss just brushed that off. And eventually, as some time went on, I reached back out to the man. I would call them, like with our system, I would call them and say, well, I haven't got an answer, from the supervisor as of yet, but I'm going to see if I could push it a little further. And they were just thankful that I would try to push it a little further, but they never settled it. It just got washed away. And by that time, I had ended up quitting because, honey, I just got tired of getting cussed out on the phone. Y'all, a year later, 2021, look it up. Greensky got sued for $9.2 something million. And they had to pay restitution to their customers that they were charging them for loans that they never took out. If you got a line of credit from them, regardless if you used it or not, you had to pay it back as if you used it. So I knew something was fishy. That man, you know how I've been in customer service long enough, and I've worked the phones long enough, and I know people. I work with people long enough to know when somebody yanking your chain. You be like, yeah, they lied. But it was something about the way he explained it that this man was not lying. He was not just trying to get out of paying a bill. He was basically telling you, I don't owe this bill, and I don't know why y'all keep trying to tell me that I owe this bill. Granted, Greensky was on his credit report. If I remember correctly, he wasn't trying to get it out the credit report, but they wasn't reporting to the credit, because if you have a loan for 2 years and you ain't paying on it, you would think it would negatively impact your credit report, but they never were reporting it to the credit bureau. They just wanted the money, but the initial inquiry line of credit was on his, credit report, but there was never anything derogatory. They got busted. They had to pay $2 million back to, I guess, for breaking the law with loans or something like that. But the rest of it was restitution for all the customers that they had got. They took out fraudulent loans on these people and was making these people pay back money that they did not owe. Honey, they shady, and they done shut the whole company down. I take that back. They got bought out. They got bought out by another company, but they had to clean everything up. And I remember them 2 things. Honey, be taking out no doggone loans, honey, because these folks is shanky and they shady. If you do take out a loan, because sometimes you just got to take out a loan, you better keep your daggone receipts, honey. Greensky wasn't right. Y'all was shady. That's why I quit, honey. Cheers loan service wasn't cheery. They was giving people the biz naive, y'all. This is the first story of the year, guys, with T, honey. Listen, so you guys have a wonderful day. It is snowing here, so I am off work. I am in my moo-moo. Off work today. They're paying us to be off, and the snow is continually coming down. I think here in Ohio, we may have got 6 or 7 inches, and with the rate that is going down, because it's supposed to snow to midnight, we may have more even on tomorrow. So have a wonderful and amazing day. If it's snowing where you at, let me know how many inches you got. And if you got to go out there for whatever reason, I couldn't imagine why you will be out there driving. But if you're out there driving, be super, super safe, you guys. Also, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give the video a thumbs up. Engage with me down in the comment. And guess what? We will be back on, let's do next week with another story time, you guys. See you then. Peace.